Hello everyone, checking out Blocky Dungeon. This is a game I played a few times already. Been waiting for the latest update, and now that it's here, we're going to give it a shot and see what's new here, see what we can give for feedback. I'm going to go ahead and try to jump into the game. Alright, I hit Alt-Enter to full screen and it kind of popped me into this. I think it interpreted the enter as trying to interact with the menu here. Hopefully it looks okay in the capture. I can't use the mouse in the menu, which would be nice, but that might be planned for the future or something. Looks like WASD or arrow keys works in the menu here. One thing I did notice is the game also hides the mouse, which can be a little annoying, especially when it starts out in windowed mode. Like if you're moving your mouse across the screen and it just kind of disappears, you can't find where it is. It can be mildly annoying, just something to think about. Let's go ahead and get in the settings menu. Music, sound effects, graphics quality, I think we're just going to put that on high. I think this doesn't affect anything other than like the shoulder pads at the night or something like that at this point. Desync on. I think I talked about these settings before. I think we're still... yeah, we're in borderless windowed mode. Okay, so this is a little awkward, I think. Because I hit Alt-Enter, I kind of threw this setting off, so right now it's in full screen, even though there's no dot in there, and if I hit Enter and it puts the dot in the circle, now it's in windowed mode. So I hit Alt-Enter, and I guess it kind of did both, because again it's interpreting the Enter key when I hit Alt-Enter. But now it's full screen for me, so a little back and forth. I'm noticing it looks a little blurry. I don't think it's running in native resolution, which is kind of weird. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it shouldn't matter too much for this game. Line warning, we're going to want that on. Tetris toggle. Now this is going to be interesting. So this is going to allow us to pause basically mid-game in some sense. I don't know what it's like with this off. Is it just so that you can never pause, or I don't know what the deal is with that, but for now we're going to leave that on. It's going to be kind of the newer way to try this out. We got controls here, which I think is more fleshed out than before. I don't remember if I looked at this or not. A little complicated looking. Looks like he's got symbols for like gamepad and keyboard kind of all meshed together here. Okay, so in the middle it has soft drop and hard drop. The soft drop has an arrow up on a large key. I don't know what that key is supposed to be. I feel like it should be something obvious, but I'm just confused. What that is, I don't know if that's like the shift key. It might be shift. And then Toggle Tetris also has this kind of underscore thing. Oh, I think that's supposed to be the space bar. So that doesn't really read as space bar to me, but yeah, I can understand kind of what the dev is going for here. It's kind of hard to, can be kind of hard to symbolize those things. Maybe if you did like a whole keyboard, like a symbol of a keyboard, and then, because it's pretty easy to tell where like the space bar is and some of the other keys, I guess. If the middle one, if that's shift like I thought, then maybe, you know, write the word shift or whatever, that works too. Actually, that would work for the spacebar. I'll also just put the name of the key on it, etc. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this out and see. We got quest and endless. I think we're going to do quest again. New journey. Got some new animations. Oh, it popped out of full screen. Defeat 5 enemies. So can I... Okay. So the spacebar has toggled me to controlling the night, I believe, which should let me chill out for a bit here. The music seems a bit louder. I'm just gonna turn it down slightly. Hopefully it's okay in the capture. So I gotta figure out what the deal is with... Okay, it looks like there's no options in the pause menu currently. I know that that's planned though at some point. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Alt Enter again, so that should bring me back into the full screen mode here. And I guess right now we're controlling the night, which is arrow keys? No, WASD is the night. Oh crap, okay, so I used up... That's okay, we can make all sorts of mistakes for a while here, that's probably what's gonna happen. So I used up one of these. So objectives are defeat enemies and clear lines. So I guess we're gonna... Alright, we've got... So I want to figure out... Oh, okay, so if you hold this, it rotates kind of fast. Let's see, how do I pause it? Generally, if you do this kind of thing, it's like when you press and hold the button, there's like a little gap of time before it starts repeating it. In this case, it's not really there, so it just, if you do hold it down, it just kind of repeats rather quickly. So it makes it quite easy to accidentally rotate it more than once when you just wanted to rotate it once. So I would suggest, working in that little gap of time where it's like maybe twice as long or so before it starts repeating. Or else, you could just remove that. I mean, I'm sure it was put in intentionally. I think I personally would prefer to press the button each time, but maybe somebody would like to press and hold it, I guess. What else was I going to say? I want to figure out the... I know there's supposed to be a way to make it so it doesn't fall instantly. Like, I'm hitting the shift key because I thought that might be something to do with it, but... Okay, I'm just placing pieces randomly. What was the soft something or other? Alright, I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out eventually. I might have to pop into the options menu again, see what we can figure out. One thing I did notice is that I know that there are new sounds for placing the blocks, but it's really hard for me to hear them, so maybe those should be turned up quite a bit. Can talk to the developer about that later, but just pointing it out because I noticed it. I don't know how those are working out, but let's go ahead and... Okay, so it popped me out of full screen again, which is a little annoying, but I'm hitting the escape key right now, it's not working. I have to click into the window? Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's not responding to input, I guess it kind of soft locked for whatever reason, so I think I'm gonna have to Alt F4. So I can't get any keys to work at the moment. It's alright. Jump into the game again. Alright, hopefully this shows up in the capture. Just go into settings, we're gonna put full screen on. Tetris toggle we want on. I guess we want to look into the controls again here. So soft drop, hard drop. We got scheme A and scheme B, which flips the hard drop and rotate keys. Maybe you hold shift and then press the hard drop key or something. Let's try it out, I guess. Alright, it popped me out of full screen. That did nothing. Wait. Oh, if I press the right shift key, it kind of advances the block, but if you hold it, it doesn't seem to... Oh, it does go... Okay. Okay, so if you hold the right shift key, it does work, but it's kind of slow. And it doesn't... The thing that makes it really weird is that... let me pause this. The moment you press it, it doesn't drop by one grid space like immediately. There's like a little gap of time before it starts dropping, so it makes it feel kind of unresponsive, and that's one of the things that makes it really hard to even tell what the key is doing, because it doesn't happen instantly. It's that little delay. So yeah, I don't know if it should be made a little faster or not, but I do think it should be, you know, the instant you press the key, it should drop by one grid space, and that also makes it so that you can kind of spam the button rather than holding it down, which I think would be good. The other thing is that I would definitely prefer to have an option to toggle between using this as kind of in the primary control position. So what I mean by that is currently it's the right, this ready go is probably not necessary anymore when I have the toggle mode, but I don't know, I guess that it depends. It's a little annoying in my opinion if I have to wait for that to finish when I can pause it like this. The way the game was previously, it didn't matter. But I'm going off on a tangent, so Right, so the current control is if you press down, it falls instantly. What I would prefer is to have like an option in the options menu so that if I press down, the arrow key down, it does the other behavior, which is on the right shift right now, to fall slowly. So to do one or the other, you could even, I mean, I would be happy if you swapped the down and the shift key so that like pressing shift did the hard fall thing. And you know, obviously people might have different preferences, so you can have that as a toggle, but I think, you know, I would prefer that over having it all the way over to the shift that you have to kind of reach for. So I can kind of use it all the time without reaching. What else was there I need to figure out here? I don't remember. Let's go ahead and hit retry. Alright. So, one of the things that I would like to see, if we do end up keeping this sort of toggle mode, which I haven't even played the game at this point, so I can't really evaluate how much what my opinion on that is, but this mode where you can kind of toggle, which I think stopped working. Spacebar is not working. So I think maybe because I restarted, there's some bugs involved. Too bad. Alright, but with this toggle mode, it's not visually obvious which mode you're in at any moment in time. There's a little switch in the bottom, and I don't remember now if that red arrow over the dude is always there or if it's only when you're controlling him, but I think there's some things that we could change to make it a lot more obvious which mode you're controlling. You know, you could do all sorts of different visual things to kind of draw the eye towards what's being controlled at the moment. I think I can try retry again and see if okay, now it's working. But what if I alt enter? Will it still work? All right, I think we're good. Go ahead and drop this. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy. I got 8 experience points, I guess. At level 1, I'm noticing the meters on the left are actually really low contrast. Like, it's really hard to see where the value of the meter stops and starts. It's brighter than the darker part, but not by much. the empty part of the meter is quite similar to the full part. So we want to clear lines and defeat enemies, so I guess it was a good thing to keep killing these. I got 11 XP. I guess this is kind of an unfortunate block for the moment. I'm gonna check out this warning. So, alright, so there's a highlight. And a really obvious highlight, so that's good. We can just clear any lines. Doesn't have to be combos. I think I want to rotate this. Oh, wait, was that guy who was there? Wait, I want to, okay, so it's a little, The whole toggling thing is, I guess it's fine as it is. I kind of feel like if you start controlling the knight, it shouldn't, like, keep controlling the Tetris? I'm not really sure about that. It's kind of confusing to make a judgment on that. Like, if you think of it as in terms of like a complete swap between one and the other, if you're controlling the knight, you can't do the Tetris, that kind of thing. It's kind of a more, I don't know what the word would be, but it's just, I guess it's just something I need to get used to for now. But like, if you do start moving the knight around, I believe as before, it pauses the Tetris until you stop moving the knight, but you don't like manually do it, so it's kind of confusing. And again, it's not always that visually obvious, like what the toggle is set to. So, okay, yeah, and it gets it gets weird if I start like hitting keys and it's like, okay, the Tetris isn't moving, and then I like move the knight and I just wasted his action points, and it's like, oh, I have to untoggle this. I don't know, it's a little weird. I have to think more about that to really evaluate. So obviously we don't want to kill the knight. We have 4 hammer things. I guess we could just like, what are we gonna do with this? I don't even know. I want to get this, I think. Oh, okay, so one of the things I'm noticing is, like, I'm looking at the bottom half of the playing area here. I've been just kind of staring at that and where this kind of ghost piece is, and I guess not looking at what's actually in the block. So sometimes when I place it, like, all of a sudden there's just an enemy there and I'm like, whoa, where did that guy even come from? It just it felt weird, but I think I just realized it just wasn't looking up there for some reason. So I don't know if I just need to sit back more so I'm not so close to the screen. Okay, so a little ding dong. Okay, so it looks like we completed the objectives, kind of without thinking about it. Yeah, I find myself wanting to move the piece when it's in the paused mode. And Okay, so this is one of the things that's a little bit funny about being able to pause it all the time, because there's not really a need for the kind of tension of the piece falling on its own. So it kind of lends itself to the idea that if you have the ability to always pause this and think and make those kinds of judgments without the stress of this time element, then like maybe you should just not have the pieces fall on their own at all. Like just be able to move them left and right at the top and you know, move them down if you have to, I guess, but just kind of have that infinite time even while still controlling the piece to be able to place it. Because that's kind of how it starts to feel. Like it almost feels like an inconvenience to have to kind of turn off the pause in order to control the piece. Seems kind of a little weird. Phew. I feel like I'm a little too tired for the amount of brain power this takes to make judgments about this. Maybe I should just, you know, try to play the game for a while and not think too hard about it. Okay, so at the moment I cannot do any input. I did hit Alt Enter again. I don't know if that did anything. Yeah, unfortunately... Oh. That was weird. Pop up in Windows. Yeah, I'm not sure what... Alright, so we got something to happen. But... I can control the knight at the moment, but I can't move the pieces and the spacebar isn't working to toggle, so... unfortunately... I think if this is going to keep happening, then it's, you know, we're not going to be able to play very far into this, so... I don't know. That's too bad. I think we can retry the same... Yeah, the floor too. Okay, so that should help, right? Okay. We kind of unpause. So at this point we want to get line combos, collect gold, and build tiles. So yeah, I can't help but feel like I should be able to pause and then continue to rotate and control the piece. It feels intuitive. I think we're gonna have to, like... We have 3 hammers. Let me do this. Obviously I want to use less hammers if I can. No, I think the spikes have been changed so they rotate when you place something. Oh, there's a nice gem right there. We're gonna want that. Actually, that's quite important. I think I'll just rotate this into a good spot and use the hammer to get to it. Alright, so the spikes have changed. The hammer, and then go ahead and grab this guy. Looks like it's worth 15 now. I think it was 20 before. Makes sense. We want to build tiles with the hammer, so yeah, we're gonna want to get as many of those as we can and try not to use too many. We gotta get line combos, which I think maybe set up for here. We'll see if... Oh gosh, look at all the spikes. I wonder why there's so many spikes. Even the next piece has spikes on it. It's a little weird. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's just like wacky, like really unlikely RNG or something, but it seems like maybe there's a little too many spikes spawning. It could definitely be a little frustrating when they bump up against each other like that, because that means you can't pass them without taking damage. It's one of those things, like, I would personally wonder if that would be something worth actually like coding in a means to avoid that. Like obviously if the player places two of them next to each other, that's the player's fault and you can't control that. But in terms of like them spawning on one piece, maybe you could put in a check to make sure you don't get two next to each other, that kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, we got a lot of them right now. I think we're, you know, maybe it's just worth eating 1 damage to get that box. I don't know. But the other thing that's kind of painful about it is if you know you have to take a damage to get over it and it's unavoidable, then you have the situation where you have to do it like... Well, I guess I can do this without going back and forth over it, but if you can imagine like you're forced to go over it twice and you have to like take 2 damage instead, and it's kind of unfortunate. So I think if I place this one piece, then I can get that box and only incur 1 damage. Actually, oh, this is what I should do. Okay, go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna... So I have to kind of unpause and then do the inputs and then hit the spacebar again. It starts to feel like a lot of button presses. I'm just gonna let this fall on its own. I feel like I'm scared to hit the shift key here. Yeah, it's starting to feel like a lot of buttons. Like it's kind of one of those things where you know, I feel like I'm afraid to hit one of the buttons that's going to be wrong while I'm kind of watching the piece fall on its own, which is kind of, it has its own little tension element to it. And somehow this has suddenly become more complex than it was before, just enough that it's, oh, see, I just hit the down button and it placed it accidentally when I wanted to snug it over here. So yeah, it's kind of weird how the toggling has led to additional complexity here. I definitely think there's ways to work around that. Like what I think the original way I was imagining it, where it kind of, the arrow movement always stayed on one set of keys rather than using WSD and the arrow keys. Like you could just use WSD, for instance, and it would kind of swap the control back and forth, that kind of thing. I think that would simplify it a little bit. The other thing is kind of what I was thinking before about I don't know, maybe just not even have the toggle at all and just make the pieces not fall anymore, you know, like on their own, I mean. And just let the player control it at will without the tension of the piece falling. Both seem like options. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. There's so many things I'm thinking about that aren't like actually playing the game. It's getting a little weird. Trying to keep everything organized in my brain here. Line combos we want to build tiles, so I guess still seems like a lot of walls. I placed that last piece really bad, so it kind of, just gonna have to like try to play Tetris for a bit here, which is kind of what I did before. Just kind of try to ignore the other stuff and see if I can Tetris properly. This is kind of annoying. Oh my gosh. So, not the best set of pieces here. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Getting really unlucky. Or maybe I'm playing bad, but it feels like unlucky. I forget how bad some of these pieces are. Alright, so the good thing is I can actually just like leave this now. Now there's a key. I remember there were keys before, but there's like nothing to use them on. Hey, that guy's dead. That guy's dead. Those guys are weak. Oh, okay, so I let pieces drop at the top inadvertently. That wasn't very good. I was just watching these enemies kill themselves while I apparently ruined my game here. Maybe just not enough feedback of what's going on at the moment. That the pieces are falling and everything. Oh boy, okay, so I think what I want is to just kind of burn some of this to get this, because it's like super important, but then let's try and, can I walk over? I think I can walk over these one more time. I don't even know what's going on at the top, like what how much control I even have over the pieces that are up there right now. Like, I'm hoping one of them is still active, you know what I mean? Oh, I hit the spacebar. Oh, okay. Well, I died. That was kind of weird. I got a little confused because I hit the spacebar and the spike trap instantly toggled, and then it looked like when I hit it again, it toggled again, and I don't know if that's because pieces were placing. It got really confusing there. Oh boy, okay. So we gotta try and get control of the game again. Retry. Okay, I think we're good. Let's get rid of you. Pause. Okay, yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of hitting the pause key when I want to stop to consider where to place the next piece, rather than like hitting the pause key to actually control the knight, because I can control the knight whenever I want to. So it kind of feels a little off. Just getting back to the subject I've already gotten into, it definitely feels like it's a little more complicated now. Just kind of the opposite of the intended effect. I guess we're just gonna drop this kind of right where it is. We're gonna want to. I can do that. That's good. So we get the spikes to toggle. To remind myself, I can pause and then move the knight. I'm gonna get him off that tile. Actually, no, we're gonna put this here. So yeah, still a lot of walls. I feel like maybe should be a little less. I wonder if that setting to actually control the walls is still in here. I didn't see it, so I don't know what the deal was with that, or if that ended up implemented. Probably didn't. There's probably too many other things took precedence over it. But I'd personally like to play with that. Yeah, I'm stuck in this situation where I'm like, I don't know if I should use the hammers just to get through the walls, because you have this kind of pesky objective where you have to build tiles, so it's like the hammers are really important to keep. So I'm like, how much should I use it or not for other things? I really don't know how to make that judgment at the moment. A lot of spike traps still. So unfortunately I'm kind of trapped by the traps here. I could just eat the damage. I don't want to clear the line at the bottom here, even though it'll give me a combo. What I might just do is eat the damage just to... Oh, there's a hammer on it too, though. Yeah, but there's so many walls in the way. Like, I could put this on the left and it would still be a good spot in terms of the Tetrising, but then to actually get to it and get the hammer, I'd have to use like 2 hammers just to get one back, and that's not really useful. So I guess just ignore that. I'm just gonna go this way. We got some XP from that guy, I guess. I don't know what the XP and the leveling does at the moment. I think it just like increases your AP or something. What are we doing here? So I have to... Crap. Okay. See, I'm not using the buttons enough, so I'm getting, again, confused which button is which. I wanted to rotate it and not drop it. That's too bad. But yeah, that was also like a big reason why I wanted to use the, I guess, the soft drop as it's called, instead of this, so that like every time I do that I won't just instantly place the piece. But yeah, that's super, it's super frustrating when you apparently just like screw up everything that you're doing from one mistake like that. There's a lot of bad stuff that happens all of a sudden. So, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I still need to build tiles. Unfortunately, there's not many opportunities where building the tiles actually seems useful. Either that or I just haven't figured it out yet, but I've never really felt like there's a benefit to doing that, besides obviously completing the objective here. I mean, I can, on paper it sounds like it would be, you know, beneficial to just to fill in tiles like that, but in practice it seems like well, I think the only reason why you would do it is to like clear a line by building the tile. Like you can see the lines in the middle here around where the knight is. Obviously they're blocked, you know, there's these gaps that are blocked off, and I could clear lines by building manually. There's some limits to that, obviously, because of the way the grid movement works and stuff. It would be, in a lot of cases, easy to just, you know, kill yourself by clearing the line that you're building, or that you're building a tile on. So it's quite limited, but you can sometimes fill in some of those gaps by building and then clearing it. Yeah, it seems like a pretty rare case that you would actually do that. Because obviously the other way that you deal with that is just by the Tetrising. And, you know, you just clear away lines and stick another piece in there or whatever. It seems like, you know, not never, but it doesn't seem very often that you would actually use that. It's kind of weird to think about, but, you know, in this case where it's an objective, it's kind of forced. So I guess you just... I don't even know what to do right now. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna try to, wait, what are the freaking buttons? Oh my gosh. I'm going to do this. I guess I'll place this over here. Nothing of value on that piece. And then I can get this. This is a nice extra hammer. So I think maybe I should try to like use a ton of AP, but this works. So yeah, that's kind of the problem with the building, is that the easy way, what would be the easy way to build in, seems to pretty much result in killing yourself. So you have to do these kind of wonky ways about it that can unfortunately use up a lot of resources. So I'm gonna have to move, drop this guy. We can wait. Interesting that the arrow is gone now. I wonder what... I guess it's just if you stay still for a while. It's a nice little touch, I suppose. What am I doing right now? I don't even know what to do next. There's so many things to do. I should play this when I'm less tired, seriously. Collect gold. Build tiles. Alright, so I can build in more tiles. There's another gold piece that I guess I'll lose. But being kind of up above this big gap that's below me is kind of ideal for building tiles, so that can be kind of nice. So I can do this kind of thing and I can just work my way down rather than... Alright, we built enough. Okay, so we can just use the hammers for whatever now. So I might want to save them and try to fill those in the old-fashioned way if possible, or just not fill them in and let the dungeon fill in here so that I can get gold. I do need the line combos. Oh, I should move. My gosh, I'm way too tired for this. I apologize. It's a little more than I expected to use my brain right now. Let's just drop that guy here. Let's get the stuff. I want to set up for a combo, so I want to put this over here. Put that there. Get that combo. Let those guys kill each other. This here, I suppose, and then that will set up for another combo. Ooh, we got the perfect piece. Go ahead and move up here. Just like that. Now we only need the gold. I would like to put that in a little spot here, but let's not. Oh my gosh, look at this, 3 in a row. These spike traps. But I definitely need to get out of the bottom row here. It's quite dangerous. So, unfortunately, I'll need to... I could just use the hammer, I guess. I don't know, I've almost finished the objectives. I don't know what really matters at this point. Move up here. It's kind of an unfortunate spot too, but just have to kind of survive until... Oh my gosh. Nice. Got plenty of hammers. I just need to not kill myself, which involves moving out of this area. Another hammer. Speed up. Alright, yeah, so that's one of those things I don't think, I'm just slapping the spacebar so often. It seems a little unnecessary. We want the gold. Okay, so at some point this little tentacle guy in the bottom right ended up off of a tile. I don't know what happened there. I didn't notice how he got there or anything. I don't know how it's going to interact with placing. Can't place this one over there. Let's just put this here. Drop that there. We can test this out. So I keep wanting to slap the spacebar like over and over again between everything I do, just to kind of keep the piece from proceeding. So it definitely seems like it just seems like it would be worth it to just keep the piece from falling at all, because it's just making me work really hard and press a lot of extra buttons to kind of have the same effect here. There's a key. How do we place this? Alright, it's going kind of fast now. So that's gonna kill the money. Let's go ahead and rotate it like so. I gotta remind myself I can't move while this is paused. Let's just do that. Oh, I got all the gold. I didn't even know I only need one more. Alright, so we just placed this piece and then the exit should show up. Which ideally we'd want like right here. Then just leave. Alright, that was pretty slow playing. Ah, my poor brain. Alright, so I think it's probably going to... Oh, I can do stuff. Oh, but I can't. The spacebar doesn't work. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the retry, see if we get control back properly. Take 20 damage. Interesting. Alright, seems like we're good to go now. Let's just drop this here. It does bring the question to mind what the gold is for if there's no objective for gold. But I guess that's something that just hasn't been added yet or whatever. It doesn't appear to affect the score, interestingly. I think we'll just drop this like so. I think the green one is like refill your AP. And the red one is your health. And then there's like a yellow one too. I don't know what that one does. Okay, so I think maybe the potion spawning has been bumped up because you're supposed to take damage and defeat enemies. Line and streaks. Interesting. So I think that's clearing a line on 2 different blocks in a row. I don't know where to put this one. I can do this, okay. Blam. Alright, so I guess we just start fighting some dudes. I'm gonna pause this from falling, and they're falling kind of fast. I guess we want it like this. Wait, where's my health? I have 3 HP. Okay. Okay, HP went up. I think it's because I leveled up. It says level 2 now. So that's a cool thing to see. That's actually something I wanted to check out if that was the case. I think that's a really good reason to have the leveling systems for the way it refills your stats here. I definitely think they should be a lot more better feedback in terms of like the combat elements, and in particular the like getting the experience, but like leveling up is just something that seems quite invisible. So I think you can have like really big numbers and stuff, and make it a lot flashier, and you know, make it super obvious what's going on so that the player doesn't miss anything. I don't know why I just kind of let that piece almost fall there. I think we want this in the corner here. So how much damage have I taken? 6. Alright. Maybe I'll just drop this over like so, and I can get a little confused by the highlight showing up here all of a sudden when the new piece spawned. Oh, I gotta watch out for how much AP I have here, so I don't end up on that tile. I guess we can go ahead and wipe that one out. We got another box. I think we can do this. Got a key, whatever that's for. Let's drop this guy here. I can fight you. There's a blue... Oh, it's a bat. guess we'll just put it over here. Oh no, this is in bad shape. So the line streaks seem like the trickiest part here. And it also seems like it's hard to focus on the other things and that at the same time, so it feels kind of natural to try and finish the first two objectives and then like focus on the last one afterwards. Just put that there. We got 3 hammers. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get a lot more hammers. I guess it's just how the random element has been modified here. Can I drop that safely? Let's just get rid of these lines. Enemies are killing each other. I am going to... I'd like to see more hammers. Oh crap. Okay, well, I don't get any credit for that. Where should I put this one? I guess like this. Just go ahead and bust this wall because I'm getting tired of waiting for a better situation. Okay, I have 5 HP. I don't know if the green one is for health. Okay, so the red might be AP, or it could be like more health. I don't know. Guess we want to put you here. I kind of want that hammer. I'm just gonna use up all the AP. Just put this over here, I suppose. Why? Oh, okay, there was a box there. The enemy just attacked. Get this. I guess. Can't really finagle the walls where I want them. Oh no. Wait. Oh crap. I tried to unpause and then move this to the right immediately so I could get in the far right hole there. Unfortunately I couldn't move the piece fast enough, so it's another situation where I feel like I should just be able to move the piece at will and not be bound by it falling like that. And where to put this one? And one of the things that's kind of annoying about that is, so in Tetris, it's, you know, you don't have all these other things you have to think about, like the placement of the walls and what's on the piece and stuff. But I think especially the walls and seeing how they line up, it's a lot easier to kind of figure that out by moving the piece left to right, rotating it and looking at the ghost to see how it lines up with the existing walls. And unfortunately, because of the fact that the pieces are auto falling and kind of quickly at this point, it makes it really hard to do that. Even though I can pause it at any time, I can't really just look at how the walls line up by just moving the piece around. So it just seems like another reason why it would feel a lot more natural if the piece just didn't fall on its own. I didn't see what that did, but I'm at full HP. I don't know what to do with this. Whoa! Again, I pressed down instead of up. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over that. Gosh, there's so many things to look at in this game. It's just a lot. So many walls. I've got 3 hammers. And I want to get 2 more enemies. I feel like I just want to kind of clear out some lines at this point. Let's see if I can... Like, I don't want to keep using the hammers, even though I have them and they're a resource meant to be used. It just kind of feels wrong to to use them up. So I'm feeling like I should just clear lines to open up new pathways instead. Alright, we took all the damage. Kill you, we need to kill 2 more enemies. I can clear some lines, which may or may not be a good thing, but they're pretty empty, so I guess just go ahead and do it. Might be a rare case where building a tile is... Oh no, I don't want to build that tile. Building that will kill me. I wonder if you should even make that impossible. Impossible to accidentally kill yourself by building a tile, because that's something that the player should never do. And so maybe they just, rather than punishing the player by ending their game, just make it so it's impossible. I don't want to test if that's the case, for obvious reasons. I'm just gonna assume that it doesn't work that way yet. Alright. Gotta kill 1 more enemy. I've got, what, 8 AP, and I can actually go ahead and get rid of the potions, but I wasn't using them anyways. There's one above me. Let's put this here. Oh great, it was already kind of fast. Oh shoot, where do I put this one? Like this. I've only got 1 hammer left. So I don't really want to use my last hammer because bad things are possible. So I can place this piece above me to... Actually, I can put it over here. That'll be good. I'm going to use up this AP. Put the piece down. They're going to fight each other. Let's put this here. Kill that guy. So we have to do line streaks, which seems challenging. I wonder if it seems kind of RNG heavy, because I don't know how well you can set yourself up for that. Maybe you can to some extent, but getting combos is kind of part of Tetris, and it's kind of obvious how you can set those up, but setting up the line streaks, it almost seems like it would just be simplest to just play the Tetris until it happens, that kind of thing. Obviously I have to make sure I survive while this goes on, and try to not get owned by the kind of fast falling... Wait, oh, okay. So I like the sound effect. Just get a little confused about whether or not the pause is enabled, because I can start freaking out in that case where I'm about to kill myself. There's a hammer over there I can't get to. I can just wipe these. I do understand you can look at the incoming thing and try to plan something in terms of getting the streaks. Apparently I already got 2 out of 3 streaks, which I didn't even realize that until just now. So that makes it easier. I guess we'll just wait. My brains. Alright. Where to put this? There's no good place to put this. Although I can build a tile, but I don't want to use the hammer. I guess you could use the hammer for building a tile to get the streak, though. That seems like a reasonable thing. So let's actually try that. Let me go ahead and... Oh, I forgot to... I forgot there's 2 different gaps that need to be filled in here. I can't actually complete this line. I was a little hasty in that judgment. For some reason I thought I could put this piece and it would clear, but didn't realize So there is a box over there I'm going to want, I think. Oh, it's a key! That's awful. Alright, so we're burning up the AP. Let's get some health. I don't care if that enemy attacks me. Let's put that there. I guess put this here, and then I think I can actually do this now. I don't have a hammer now. I didn't get a hammer. Okay, there's a thing I haven't seen yet on the left. I don't know if that's one of the portals, maybe. But yeah, I was thinking about building this tile again to pull off the streak thing, but again, I don't have the hammer. Because I used it last time. Like a dummy. So I guess that's the other part of the portal. Oh, I guess we're just gonna delete the entrance. I'm just assuming that's what that is. It looks kind of weird. What are we doing? Put that over here. We got items that we want on this. Fight to get to them. Another key, that's awful. So I'm noticing the visual effect is changing on the portal thing. I don't know if that happens per turn or something. I don't really know what's happening. Another key, oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, clear. We got a hammer. I don't know if I needed the health. Those are about to turn into... Oh, I think I can do it. Yay. Where do we put it? Like this? I can build to it, I believe. Place it and then the spike will go down. Yeah. Okay, we did it. Alright. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing super slow. Reach level 6. Oh, it means, okay. Level as in the night level. Reach level 6, clear 20 lines, break 8 walls. So yeah, I'm kind of... I don't like how fast the pieces are falling now. Definitely seems like hardcore mode with the pieces falling super fast. And like imagining how it would be if I can pause it. Oh my gosh. So we have to kill things to level up. I don't think there's another way. Something I was thinking about a while ago. If there was, oh. I think I might have canceled the knight's attack animation or something. So I just kind of walked over the guy as he was dying. It was kind of weird. I think that might actually be a bug, if you hadn't found that one yet. Where you can, because there's a difference between initiating the attack and like the enemy initiating, I guess. So maybe the case where the enemy initiates and then you do an input immediately afterwards wasn't accounted for. Let's get health back. We want to keep killing as much as possible. Okay. That's best case scenario right there. Okay, I think I just pressed up and it didn't rotate for a moment there, so that's kind of weird. Not sure why. We gotta get line clears. I don't think there's a good place I can put this, unfortunately. Oh, that'll work, I guess, but... do we actually want to do it that way? I think so. I'm just going to prioritize actually being able to move between the blocks here. This guy, though... I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have to use hammers. We want to kill you. You're up to level 2. there's a blue thing. Maybe that's the portal. I don't know what the other ones were. I couldn't figure out what I was looking at. The other X-looking things on the ground there. But I think we want to... Oops. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Oh my gosh, I just wasted that. Okay. Put this guy here. Let's go ahead and bust down this wall. We get the hammer back. I don't know if I want to walk into that. I feel like I need to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Ah, excuse me. Alright, more combat. Hammer. Phew, I don't know what this... Oh my gosh, that's the... Oh my word, that's the wrong button. Oh my gosh. So, I think it's the first time I've done that, but, I guess, as you know, I have the tendency to hit the place key when I want to hit the rotate key, but also just the fact that you tend to want to rotate multiple times in a row in rapid succession led to me doing something disastrous. Oh my gosh. I'll take the hammers, I guess. Lots of hammers. Oh my gosh, okay. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to put you... Try to use that shift key for once. Yay, okay. Guess I'll put you over here. Like so. We're gonna get rid of whatever was there. It's okay, I can actually build this out. Because I want to not die. Sometimes I'm hitting the rotate key and it's not rotating, and I think it might have something to do with hitting like left or right. Like while you hit the rotate key or something. Like if you're holding right and then you press up, it sometimes doesn't work. Something like that. I don't want to mess with it too much because it's like I'm gonna fail by placing this piece wrong. I don't even know if I want it over here. I don't like how they fall so fast. Where do I even put this? It's so ugly. So I still need to level up a lot. Another one of these red things. Put you here, I guess. We'll put you here. We'll try not to die. Oh crap. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I wanted to rotate it. I don't know, I just want to Tetris right now. It's easier to think about anyways. Alright. Oh, I should have put that on the left here. That was dumb. No, don't speed up! I do have to clear a lot more lines, but I don't know how long it's going to take to get to level 6. Maybe I should try to not wait too long because it's going to keep getting faster, unfortunately. I don't think there's a point to the key. I think the portal is just going to teleport me randomly. Or it just did nothing, maybe? Phew, okay, this is no exit yet or something, I don't know. Let's place this piece, we'll get these things. I have lots of hammers. could fill in some of these gaps that I screwed up, or use it to get to enemies. Seems like a good idea right now. Okay, we want to put this somewhere, I suppose, like so. Get to the hammer. Nice. I think we'll just put this like that. Kind of trap myself. I think this is safe. Ooh, double hammer. Alright, let's use up the AP. I'm going to put that over here. Alright, so we're getting close to the top, so I want to kind of consider filling in what I can so that I don't die. I guess just put it there and then... Oh, this piece. I'm just trying not to die. Alright. Oh, frick, I did it again. Oh, gosh. What is wrong with me? I don't know. Something about the controls, it just doesn't work for me. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. You'd think it would be simple, but yeah, I can't, I can't seem to wrap my head around. Only ever pressing up to rotate and not getting those mixed up. So, yeah, might have failed this one, but I definitely would rather, I mean, obviously it's kind of standard to have key mapping, custom key mapping in the game, which, you know, you should add at some point, but I think I would definitely prefer to have rotate somewhere else, not on the arrow keys. Obviously that adds another key somewhere on the keyboard, but I think with some of the other things I was talking about, you know, maybe we could simplify enough of the controls and then that would be kind of comfier. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe other people are not prone to this, but for some reason I keep screwing that up, so it's kind of too bad, but I think, I mean, we can try to salvage this. It's going pretty fast, unfortunately, and this, unfortunately, is exactly where that piece should go. Again, oh, okay, so for some reason I couldn't, this piece at the top that just placed, I needed to bring that to the left, but I couldn't, like I didn't have any time, it just kind of placed instantly. It was kind of weird. And I don't know if that's... okay, so I suspect, okay, so I apparently died and then hit space and kind of instantly went back here, which is a little weird. I didn't really see like a game over screen is what I'm pointing out. But I think what might be happening is that when you hit the space bar to resume the Tetris pieces, that they'll like immediately place it after that point. Let me see if I can test this out. Okay, so right, so after you resume it immediately advances the block. So what happens is that if you happen to pause the block like this, and you want to like slap the resume button and then move the block real fast, you can't because it places instantly at that point. So while I can understand why you might choose to make it advance instantly rather than wait, because it kind of keeps things moving, yeah, it causes that problem where, especially when it's at the top where you don't really have time. So that seems like something that's, you know, a problem that should probably be removed, you know, have that little space of time that you have like between the normal block movements kind of be preserved there. But also, you know, some of these other things I've been talking about, you know, maybe just make the piece not even move at all. You know, if you go down that route, then this problem would kind of disappear on its own anyway, so I don't know. Okay, that's kind of funny. I just got killed by monsters. This is interesting. I don't think that's actually happened to me before. It's just something you don't think about. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I mean, obviously there's more to kind of figure out about the game and more to analyze. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I think I've been playing this like a long time. It's not letting me pause it. Let's go ahead and give up. Oof. Yeah, I played a long time. Alright, so let's wrap up the video. Sorry it was kind of dragging on and full of me being slightly too tired to think about the game, but I think I got some insight, and hopefully you know, got some good stuff to think about yourself. But I'm definitely gonna, you know, kind of analyze this more when I'm not recording, and, you know, give some more feedback that's a little more, there's a little more consideration behind it. But hopefully you found the video useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.